welcome everybody. My goodness. Wow. Loads and loads of people, loads of new people, loads of people that have been here on all of the meetings, and welcome people back. Welcome everybody. Wow, I'm just blown away. I'm just okay, so everybody wave to each other. Today we're going to be doing a little mix. I like that. I want to get my little camera out. Hang on, everybody wave again. There's going to be lots of faces.
Oh, sorry.
Right. Oh God, nice on this space. Slow. Yay, wave everybody. Nice waves. Excellent. So, a little bit of housekeeping to start off with. I'm not sure whether Zoom let me down or not. So this is a little bit of a, just to recap on what has gone out. And say that it'd be really nice to have a little mix of festivities, a little bit of fun, but productive as well. Just on the whole ethos of Stronger Together and the whole ethos of Christmas. So getting to know each other better, doing some fun things that will help us with that, but also being productive and working out how we can move forward in 2021. I'd really love the festive bits and pieces. Thank you guys for bringing that. That's absolutely amazing. I know normally I would shy away from these things, but I'm kind of like entering into the spirit of things. Look, I've even got visual background, sadly not my own, but look, tree with lots of gifts under it. It's gonna be a great session. So just thinking and just bringing up that subject of gifts in the ethos of Stronger Together. It would be really lovely if we gifted something to other people that were here. And I was thinking that so many of us as service-based businesses, it'd be lovely to gift perhaps 45 minutes or an hour of our time, or some knowledge or some experience, or if you have a tangible product to share that too. And I love the whole essence of giving things and the joy of giving. And in this situation, it means that we can also help other people, but it also means that we can share what we do as well. It's a great way of helping and sharing. So if you didn't get that message, I really do apologise. And if you just want to drop Lucy, if you would like to participate in that, we're going to do that at the end. So if you would like to just send Lucy a quick message or put in the chat what you'd like to gift, then that would be amazing. So somebody's gifted an hour's worth of marketing strategy advice. I'm gifting an hour worth of business growth help. Somebody is gifting a Reiki session. So that anything, whatever feels right for you, okay? So following on that whole concept of giving, I'm also going to do a Christmas stocking, which I'm going to send out on the winter solstice, which is a very special time because it's the turning point in the year when it starts to get lighter again. And I always celebrate the winter solstice. It's my birthday on Christmas Day, and I've never been able to have a party, obviously, on my birthday. So this is like my Christmas party. This is my birthday party. The winter solstice is really dear to me, and I often do a celebration on the winter solstice. And I thought if we had some, I don't know, some tips and hints and tips or anything like that that you'd like to go out in that stocking by MailChimp, you know, obviously it's not going to be like a real thing, then please do share that with myself and Lucy, perhaps during or after today's meeting. That would be really, really great. Thank you. So as far as how today is, or the plan is that it would look, it's a very fluid session. I'm doing the whole session. Normally I have guest presenters, and that's brilliant because I can actually sit back and enjoy it, whereas I'm doing the whole thing today. So yay. So I thought we could start off with a little bit of an icebreaker, and the lovely Sarah Doyle is going to run that for us. She's an event organizer. So we're going to have an icebreaker of 5 to 10 minutes. She's going to explain that in a minute. Then we're going to come back into the room, and we're going to be thinking about how we can make 2021 better. And obviously a big part of that is actually acknowledging what's happened in the last year, and either taking it with us or leaving it in 2020. So that's going to be you know, a great session. So that's going to be the main part of the session, and then towards the end we're going to do some gift giving and receiving, and then hopefully at the end we're going to raise a glass with your favourite tipple. I've got orange juice because if I have anything alcoholic to drink right now, I will be asleep by 12 o'clock. So do grab a glass and we can raise a glass and toast each other at the end of the session as well. So lots to get through, so I'm very conscious that I need to probably stop talking and ask Sarah just to introduce just a nice little icebreaker, and I'll get the breakout rooms ready so that when she gives me the nod, you can all go off and do your thing. Over to you, Sarah.
Hey, fabulous. Good morning, everybody. Great to meet you all. I was on a call previously, but as Julia mentioned when I sort of popped on, you can see me this time. Last time I was having to share camera with homeschooling, etc. So have the camera to myself this time. So it's lovely to see everybody and to meet you all properly. So yeah, just a quick icebreaker. It's going to be about 7-8 minutes and not long. As Julia mentioned, she's preparing breakout rooms. So yes, you're going to go into a little breakout room. I'm not sure how many she's putting in a breakout room. But
how many do you want?
5. How many have we got? Does 5 work? Yeah, yep. 5 in a breakout room. Yep. Okay, so once you get into your breakout room, we're going to ask you to create with your colleagues that you're meeting there a nativity scene. So you're thinking, how on earth do we do that when we're all in our own little spots? So what we'd like you to do is just to quick hello, chat to those in your breakout room, decide who's perhaps going to be Mary, maybe who's going to be baby Jesus. Will one of you be the donkey? Just like you to be really creative. We're giving you up to 7 minutes, so you've got time to dash and get props if you think, oh yes, I've got that in the kitchen or that in the loft. If you've got time to get to the loft, you're very energetic, but whatever you might have for the role, excuse me, for the role that you will play in that nativity scene. We want you to come back together in your breakout room and to wear that prop, or you might just be posing. You might not have any props, you might just be creating a pose. And then if one of you can take a screenshot of you all in your pose or with your props on, so of your nativity scene in your breakout room. I'm then going to put my email address in the chat. And if you could all, the person that's been nominated to take the screenshot, God, it looks like Jim's disappeared to go and get props already. He's gone off camera there. If that person that's taken the screenshot, if you can email that to me, and then we will be sending out some memories of your nativity scenes following up from the meeting. So when Julia's ready, I think we will disperse you out into breakout rooms. Yep. I shall put the email in the chat. Has anybody got any questions? Does that actually make sense before you disappear? Lots of noddings and lots of silence.
Okay. Excellent. I am going to click create and send you all off to your, I love this bit, they're sending you all off into the ether, and we'll see you on the other side.
So be creative, have some fun.
How'd you get on, Sarah?
Oh, we got a fabulous screenshot in our little breakout.
I'm not sure if it's quite fitting the description of what we were meant to do.
Don't be modest, we smashed it. Just tell everyone as it is.
Interpretation.
I'm just really looking forward to seeing the others.
Losers, you mean?
Where do I send it? Where do I send it?
Okay, brilliant.
So my email should be in the chat. Is it still there? I'll pop it on again.
Do you want to pop it back? Was that fun?
We put our image in the chat. I don't know whether you can just take it from there.
Oh, can I put an image in the chat?
I think you can actually, yeah.
Well, we've just done it, so you can have a look at ours.
I'll
excellent. Okay, so we're gonna
pop in.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sarah. I hope you all enjoyed that. And welcome to the people that have joined whilst that was going on. So brilliant. I'm really looking forward to seeing those images. Thank you so much, everybody, for participating in that and hopefully having a bit of fun and getting to know each other at the same time. So now on to a little bit more serious side of things. Let's just take a deep breath. Because, I don't know about you guys, but I'm keen to grow as much as I can for the next few years, whatever we have left, and I'm carrying on, and my business has seen tough times. Been going 10 years. We got through 2020. I'm jolly well going to make the most of 2021. So growth is something that's really key for all of us, obviously. And I think we've become more conscious and aware of that as we get older. So I'm going to do something that the amazing George Swift from BBB has done for the last few years. I think I've done this like 6 or 7 times now, and it's really powerful. It can be a little bit emotional, but it's really powerful. So bear with, as they would say on AbFab. I don't know why I'm even talking like that. Bear with us, okay? Let's see where this journey goes. Because to my mind, there's 2 main reasons that people grow. One is because they are absolutely forced to view things differently, find a way through things like many of us have been forced to in 2020, or they grow by choice. Now, growing by choice is the more effective way of growing, because growing because you're forced to can be a really negative emotion. So it's best to connect with a positive emotion to encourage us along. But there's 2 ways, okay? Either you're forced to change because of situations or circumstances outside your control, or because you choose to change in a positive, to get a destination that's more positive for you, okay? So let's use this time at the end of this year to look back, see what worked, see what didn't work, and take the bits that worked into 2021. Let's consciously dump what didn't work or what caused us problems in 2020. Because if you don't make that conscious decision, you can drift, okay? And I don't feel like I have enough years left in my life just to drift. I want to have a clear destination and know that what I'm doing day to day is helping me get to that end destination, all right? So it's time to review, it's time to take stock, and it's time to take the best bits into the future or make changes that we need to change. So by thinking about the past and embracing it and letting go of it, then you can move on, because there will be some things that we've all been through that actually we want to let go of, but acknowledge them because they will have all brought some benefit and some value to us. So let's have a think about where we were at the end of 2019, because my goodness, doesn't seem like a long time ago, but actually it was a year ago, that's all, and so much has happened. But at the end of 2019, we had some inkling about COVID, but it wasn't really too much at the forefront of our minds. So we're going to think about where we were at the end of 2019. We're going to think about where we are now at the end of 2020, and we're going to think about where we want to be in 2021. So it's a bit like Christmas past, present, and future. Okay, so taking that on board, I sort of think, and people will have different opinions on this, but there are like 5 main areas of our lives, okay? So this is not in a priority order, and this is not an exhaustive list. Obviously, everybody has their own view on this, but for me, the 5 main areas are my business, finances, which can also be household, health, so key, because if we're not healthy ourselves, we're not going to be able to run our businesses as efficiently. Relationships, which include family, and society and values. Okay, so grab some paper, guys, because we're going to go on a little bit of a journey. So grab some paper. I've got some A4 here because it makes it quite easy for me to lay it out, but grab some paper. So those 5 main areas for me, and this is different for everybody, are business, finances, because the 2 can be separate, obviously, health, relationships, and society and values. And they're 5 areas that are really important for me. And of course, they all feed into each other. They all interlink. But if you thought of all of those together, then it would be mind-blowing, okay? So I think it's really helpful just to split a couple of those out. So this is predominantly sort of support each other in our businesses. So I think it'd be really helpful and really good to focus on business, okay? So within business, there are different areas, okay? And I've broken those down into product, sales, marketing, operations, and net profit. And I'm not saying that we're going to have time to go through all of these, but let's just use a couple and see how far we get and what comes out of this, okay? So what I've done is I've taken a piece of paper And I've just put the top focus area of business, and then I've put 2019, 2020 and 2021 at the top. And then underneath that, I've just written good and bad and a little dotted line. And then on the very left-hand side, I've just written down product, sales, marketing, operations, and net profit. Okay, does that make sense? Everybody with me so far? Yeah, cool. Excellent. So let's just focus on 2019, project ourselves back. Where were we this time last year? Let's think about maybe our product. It's a great product. We all offer something. We help other people. You know, what was good about your product this time last year? And actually, what was frustrating to you about your product this time last year? What was bad about the product this time last year? Perhaps you've actually just completely changed your product. Perhaps it just didn't work. What was frustrating? Were you on the verge this time last year of actually pulling your hair out about a product that was really, it was not working for you at all? Just a couple of words just to really that really resonate with you. And what was good about that product? What did you love about it? What did other people love about it? Does anybody want to share anything? Was there anything screaming out at anybody? Does that resonate particularly with anybody that you'd like to share?
Well, I can, if you want, Julia. I can kick off. I think last year, so 2019 we're talking about, aren't we? Yeah. I think I suffered with some of my offerings not being particularly well articulated or honed or clear. And that then meant that it wasn't giving enough traction because clients weren't understanding enough of what it was. And that's something that I have changed quite a lot this year and immediately seen results.
Brilliant, brilliant, excellent. Okay, fantastic. Thank you for sharing that, Louise. Anybody else like to share anything, perhaps anything that was great about their product?
I'm happy to share as well. So exec assistant, my product was going well. I had great clients, they were happy, and I really enjoyed what I was doing. So that was the positive. The negative was I charge hourly, so there's only so much you can earn unless you want to work 24 hours a day. So that was my focus this time last year.
Brilliant. Thank you, Natalie. Excellent. Thank you. And two really good examples there of common problems with products, not being able to, especially service-based products. It's so difficult sometimes to articulate, and productizing your service is so important. If you can wrap it up, then it would be, it's so valuable to actually think of your service as a tangible product that has a start point and end point. It makes it easier. And Natalie, yeah, we're limited, aren't we, by the number of hours in the day, and of course that does limit how we can scale our business and get the growth that we'd like. So brilliant, thank you. Okay, so some examples there. So now the middle column, 2020, where are we now? What's good now, right now, about what are you know, somebody said to you, tell me about your product. What is great? What's great about your product? What would you say? What could you share with them? Let's do the good bit. And then equally, thinking about what hasn't gone so well, what's not right now going so well with you around your product. It may be that you're not, you haven't got the margins that you would like. It may be that actually you're overcommitting on time that you're giving somebody for what they're actually buying, or it may be that you're having to make changes after whatever you delivered was delivered because it wasn't set out maybe at the outset with clarity. All sorts of things it could be. Would anybody like to share what's going really well with their products at this point? Sophie, hi.
Yeah, I can share. So we built, when COVID hit and everything, we built an even greater sense of community and really got stronger together. And we were able to successfully adapt to online. But obviously the flip side of it was not everyone wanted to network online. So we, I mean, probably not that great a number, but have had challenges with people not continuing their membership or not people wanting to join because we're online. So that's kind of the flip side of it.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Sophie. And for those who don't know Sophie, Sophie is a regional director with the Athena Network, as is Caroline, who we're also welcoming here today. And actually Athena pivoted amazingly well. And Emma, of course, sorry, and Emma, oh my goodness. Athena pivoted amazingly well. Jacqueline Rogers, who owns Athena, did an amazing job, didn't she? And you guys worked so well together, but the speed which you pivoted to virtual was really remarkable. So brilliant, well done. Would anybody like to share something that right now is really not working for them? You know, whether it's down to COVID or not, it doesn't matter in a sense, because it's just not working. So would anybody like to share something that's not working that they're recognizing?
I've got one, Julia, if you like. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what the right people look like for my product and how to reach them. I've got lots of different types of people that use my product, but I don't really know which direction to take to find that sweet spot of what would always be perfect and how to really tease out the ideal client.
Yeah, thank you, Jim. And again, such a, you know, we all think, and that's what's so powerful about a session like this or any type of community group discussion, that is so common. I think you'd be hard pushed to find anybody, well, there's very few people that have got that absolutely nailed, because it changes all the time as well. And there are people in this group, myself included, Jim, who would be more than happy to chat that through with you. I talk a lot about ideal clients and ideal client avatars, as does Sophie, Davies. You know, there's a lot of people here that are more than happy, I'm sure, to spend some time with you if you'd like. But that's a very, very common problem. And of course, it changes all the time. And what we've seen is such extreme changes in the market around us that actually we've all had to perhaps change our ideal client avatar. And actually that can be an opportunity as well, because actually maybe we have a product or service that would appeal to people that we hadn't thought was our ideal client avatar. But again, this is something that George Swift says, that we have currently, and this is going into a recession or difficult economic times as well, is offer something that is mission critical for your clients, mission critical. And then that will just mean that we are set ourselves apart from competitors or other people that are in the same space. Okay, so that's really useful as well. So thank you, brilliant. Okay, so let's think about 2021. Where do you want to be with your product? Where do you want to be? What do you want to be delivering, selling, helping people with? What do you want your product to look like? What do you visualize? What is, and just go mad on this, just completely whatever, you know, whatever pops into your mind. Don't limit yourselves. What we saw within more last time is how we as human beings limit our own creativity. So just consciously remove those limits. Just what does it look like for you if you could just be offering anything? What does that look like? Maybe it's the same as it is now. Maybe it's the same but double the price. Maybe it's triple the price. Maybe it's, instead of one-to-one, it's one-to-many. Maybe it's a low ticket item that high volume. And equally, what do you absolutely want to make darn sure it's not this time next year? What do you not want to be doing this time next year? Oh, somebody calling me. So would anybody like to share what they would really like their product to look like this time next year? Was that Dave waving at me?
Yeah, I will.
Oh, Janet. Hi, Janet.
Janet was before me. She was straight in there. So yeah.
Shall I go first?
Please do.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, I'm a travel consultant, so this year's been a bit pants, to be honest. So for next year, what I want are the luxury high-end trips with great cash-rich, time-poor consumers. My target audience, my ideal customer, and what I don't want are low-value bargain breaks with penny-pinching customers.
Yeah. Okay, that's me out. You've got...
No, because you're a high-end
one of those I was.
What I don't want, I probably put that probably a bit bluntly. What I don't want are people that are seeking the last 2p saving, who quite frankly should go to Love Holidays and take what they give them. What I want are people who value my service and the fact that I'm going to look after them from start to finish, without worrying about the last penny. That's not to say that my trips are expensive, they're not. You just get the added value of the care. That's what I meant to say.
No, I love it, and I love what you do. It's so incredible to be able to speak to somebody and say what you would like, and then they offer solutions and some suggestions and some toys, and then to be looked after when you're away in case something horrible does happen when you're away. It's so invaluable. Absolutely, it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. So yeah, thank you, Janet. Dave, did you want to share as well?
We're going away for Grand's 60th in September, so she's just booked that, trying to get all my family to meet up somewhere from all over the world. Yeah.
Oh wow, well, that's going to be cool. Looking forward to the photos of that, Eva. Brilliant.
So am I.
Dave, did you want to share?
Yeah, more than happy to. So so for those of you that I haven't met before, I help people set up their perfect partner programs, really, to help grow their business. So 20 years in the making, but all fairly recently launched. So so it's quite a lot of what I'm doing at the moment is bespoke stuff. So I obviously want to be continuing the bespoke stuff, but my clients have had great values from there on retained. Would love to have had some non-exec work in by then as well. Paid for speaking gigs worldwide would be lovely, and I'm launching the online group program of that in the new year. So it would be great that I'm on to round 2 or 3 of that with the people in the masterminds afterwards, and it's all nice and certainty, and I'm adding loads of value, and everyone's getting wonderful value, and everyone's better because of that.
Brilliant.
Not much.
That's brilliant. I love it. I feel like I'm there already with you. It feels like that's like tomorrow, not like today. Oh, and I'm looking forward to coming on your thing tomorrow. So Dave is running a session tomorrow to help people work out how referrals and partnerships will really help their business model. I did see earlier in the chat there's one place left. I don't know if that's still available, but
there's a free spot available if anyone's free tomorrow morning.
So and then just thinking on that flip side, would anybody like to share what they absolutely do not want their product or what they to look like this time next year? Eva?
So I don't know if it's the product. I think we just need to understand that for 3 years running now, 3rd year, November is getting busier and busier and busier. And this year we are really stretching what we are actually capable of doing with staff, etc., etc. And then as life always happens, something this time it was one of our helpers' grandfather who died in France. So she's been to France, so she's now in isolation, so she's not here and we can't remote work. And I think we've just got to learn and realize that, you know, these things do happen and there is only so much of us. And I think I've got to learn to say no to customers, really.
Yeah,
that's what
it's
I've got to
hard.
Yeah, really hard.
Saying no is one of the hardest things, isn't it? And I think that we all are so keen to please people, and that's why we're in businesses. And many of us.
It's also, you know, making hay while the sun shines. And because of the year you've had, you just don't really think, oh, I'm just going to grab, I'm going to do it. Of course we can do it. It's just another couple of tapes. Oh, it's just this, it's just that. And then in the end you think, oh, and now, you know, we are doing a big audit, and I've just said, like, you know, we definitely, I've got deadlines on certain products at the moment for promised Christmas delivery, and I've just got to be a bit more with that in November last year. I think it's all right to think about it now, but I've got to think about it in November.
Yeah, and you're a new business, aren't you? So you know, this is the second November you've been in business, is that right?
Yeah.
So you know, you learn.
What do? I take old media like videos and camcorder tapes and photographs and slides and negatives, and we digitized them all. And COVID, everyone's had time to sort out. Getting better and better. We're getting known. We are very blessed by lots of customers recommending us. So like yesterday I had 48 camcorder tapes in the post, which I didn't even know were coming, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm not complaining, but you know, some of those tapes will take a long time on our machine. We do post on them, and we've had an amazing year, and we've tripled our incredible, and we feel very blessed. But with all that, those growing pains, yeah, and we also did a video book. So if you think like a classy brochure with a high quality LED screen, so people can send mobile phone messages. Janet did one of these for her parents for their anniversary. So we're doing that at the moment for a lot of people in care homes. Send 90 messages from families and friends from all over the world, and we put them together, and then the receiver just opens it, and we do a personalized cover and all those kind of things. Lots of ideas, and I've got so many for next year, but there are only 24 hours a day, and unfortunately I'm not young and I do need sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, brilliant. And what an amazing, you know, to be able to make these older media available to people so they can see it. It's just so powerful, all those memories.
We restore photos that are broken and or damaged, and I love it. I love what we do. I love the stories. I love helping people, and that's why it's so hard to say no. So I've had 2 messages while we sat in here now saying, "Are you for Christmas?"
I know. And saying no is why it's so important, isn't it? And Dave put in the chat, he's got a big post-it note by the side of his monitor which says "say no." You know, and it does have to be said sometimes, and it's maybe you know, sometimes.
I think I'll just come and see you in October next year, Dave, shall I?
Brilliant, thank you.
For a drink, shall I?
So what we've done in the short space of time that we've had, we've projected ourselves back to where we were sitting 2019, and you know, thinking about our product is hopefully not too uncomfortable. But if you apply this to one of the other main areas that we said at the beginning, like health, maybe if we apply this to our emotional health, maybe if we apply this to relationships and think back, you know, what was happening in those different areas in 2019, then it becomes much more of an emotional journey. Okay, and equally we can look back and see what was good about those things. So what we've done is taken products in our business and thought about where it was in 2019, thought about where it is now, and thought about where we would like it to be in 2021. Okay, so that exercise can be done for all of those main areas and all of the subsets of those areas, and you can see how that can all really build up into quite a I know, like a game changer. If you invest the time in that, it can be a real game changer, and it can fundamentally just stop you drifting and, in effect, wasting time. You know, it gets you on the right path, gets you towards the destination that you want. So but what do you do with it now? Well, the idea is to look at that trend and see, if there was something that was bad in 2019 and it's still bad in 2020, then make sure you put in some ways of changing that so it's not still bad at the end of 2021. If it was bad in 2019, but it's good in 2020, then think of some ways of taking that forward into 2021 so that what's good in 2020 becomes even better in 2021. Okay, so what I've done on another piece of paper, it's like true Blue Peter style here today, I can tell you. Think about that area and then write down the changes you need to make to achieve what it is you want to achieve in 2021. So I've literally written on the top of paper, area 1, business, and then changes I need to make to achieve, and then ... blank, 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 relevant to yourselves in 2021. And then list them down. They may be many, they may be just 1 or 2. Rome wasn't, the whole concept for me is that Rome wasn't built in a day, or that we don't just suddenly run a marathon tomorrow. If you want to build up to that level of fitness, and you've got to build up gradually, you've got to recognize where you currently are and have a plan in place to get to that, that marathon. And the same with building Rome, you need a plan. But joking aside, if you don't recognize where you are, how are you going to make the changes to achieve what you want to achieve? Okay. So I hope you found that helpful. Did that make sense? Because I haven't done that before. That was a really like a fluid thing, although I've done my Blue Peter. Does that make sense? Was it helpful?
Very.
Okay.
Can I think someone wise said to me a similar thing to what you've just said. Not saying you're not wise. Is sort of like, how we all start certain things and never finish them. We all have something. We might started a book, or we started a hobby or something, and they're saying every year also to consider next year I'm going to finish that, so it's not hanging there, and starting something else that for me, educational or fun or whatever. So finish something and start something, and sort of just for us, nothing to do with a business or anything, just for us.
Yeah, that's really powerful. And that's where the today list as well as the to-do list comes in, because if you commit to doing something daily and you make absolutely sure you're not going to go to bed until you do that thing on the today list, then that also means that you achieve. So there's all sorts of ways of helping yourself to achieve these things. I'm obviously going to say that systems and processes really help with all of this stuff in a business, because that's what I do and that's what I love. There's also other things to get you to emotionally engage with those end results. There's practicing gratitude. There's having inspirational vision boards to connect you daily. There's having reminders pop up. If you find that you don't remember what it is you're meant to be doing, then schedule stuff for yourself. I have a daily reminder that pops up. So it's the first thing I see on my phone that reminds me of something positive that I want to remind myself of. I do get swayed off and pushed off course by emotion. I'm highly sensitive, and although I love processes and systems, I do get thrown off course a lot by emotion. So I'm really conscious about bringing myself back into that place where it's positive. So there's all sorts of things, and I'm sure that lots of other people have ways of keeping themselves on track as well. But hopefully you've all got some food for thought there and some stuff to take forward, because you know what, 2020's been a weird year. It's been it's been really, really, really awful for many, many people. And I've got two very dear people on this call today who have been through really awful health issues, so thank you for being here. And other people have had other stuff going on, and it's been tough, right? But so much goodness has come out of this year, to be honest, hasn't it? Do we all think that actually there's so much to celebrate, to move forward with? I think that we've all learned a lot about ourselves and about each other, and I think that there's so much positive that we can take into next year. Now, one of the greatest successes of this last year for me has been this whole concept of Stronger Together. It wasn't even on my radar at the beginning of the year, and I'm just loving the energy that's been that comes as part of this, and all of you guys. And I'm going to keep it going. It's not going anywhere, and it's all to help each other as much as possible because we're all in this together. And you know, there's so many business owners out there that it's like 1 in 10 people that are working are business owners. There's like 6 million businesses. There's a lot of people out there who are trying to make a difference. We're all trying to make a difference in some way or another. So that brings really, really nicely onto the whole idea of the gifts, because actually we're gifting each other something that will help each other. And so, okay, everybody raise your glasses so we can say Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
And let me take a photo as well, just in case that didn't come out.
Oh,
For goodness sake, I've got a call coming. No way. Oh, no, honestly, you press too many buttons, don't you, on your phone, and then the camera goes as well. Okay, let's do that again. Okay, raise a glass, everybody. Love it, thank you. Brilliant. Oh my goodness. Right, we're not closing the session yet because we leave the doors open until 12:15, but that is the end of the sort of the bit before the chat.
We'll get some sort of emails about that.
Yeah, we'll send out an email with the present, with the gift on. Yes. Yeah, we'll sort that out this afternoon or tomorrow morning. But yeah, there's some amazing gifts.
Great morning, lots of fun. Love you all. Have a great Christmas. God jul in Swedish. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks, Eva. Bye.
Bye. And Sarah's going as well. Oh, guys, how did you find that?
Busy. Lots done. No, very insightful as always, Julia.
Was it? Did it work? Did it make sense?
yeah.
I think I might need a little lie down now, but that was really good.
No, I thought it was really good as well. Really positive to think about stuff. Yeah.
It's stimulated my thinking.
Review everything.
Yeah, it's stimulated my thinking because I've got planning to do and I always find it hard to get down to it. So it's actually just given me enough traction to now get the momentum going and doing it, which is, I forget every year how I start. So that's reminded me how I did it last year. So that's very good.
That's brilliant. It's weird, isn't it? It's like that school project that you leave until the last day of the holidays and then you go, oh damn, I need to do that. Where am I going to start? But yeah, this is a way of sort of kickstarting that thought process, isn't it? And getting your heads into that space. And it's, you know, obviously the lead up to Christmas is so busy, isn't it? And maybe this is something that actually you do in January rather than now, but even just having this and some tangible things to work through, I think is really, really powerful.
I like your five subjects as well. I think that's really helpful to break it down a bit, because otherwise, like you said, it does get overwhelming. So to be able to do that. The first thing that I'm really looking forward to is taking this tinsel off, because it smells of roof, of loft.
It's a bit itchy as well, isn't it?
Smell to it. Is yours the same, Lucy?
It's a fresh one, but it is a bit itchy, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So that'll be my first thing. And thanks everyone again for your time. I'm going to dive off.
Okay.
See you,
Jim. Thanks very much.
Bye.
Thanks, Julia.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good to see you.
I think, Julia, there was one thing that Amanda may have done in an earlier session, like the magic sales matrix, which I'm sure many people know about. Have we done that before? When you literally list all your products in a matrix along the top and all your clients in the back, and just literally a tick box exercise. Have they had that? Do they even know I do that? And it's just a really quick, short and dirty thing to do to get yourself ready. Right, this is what I'm going to contact them about in the first quarter of next year or first month or whatever. But it's just quite a quick and easy thing to do, just to reconnect with everyone.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, and also someone told me a long time ago, pick the clients you want to work with because they'll be your clients for a long time.
Yeah.
So a bit possibly like Jonathan, then I take loads of clients on. And I found it really empowering to actually say, no, I'm sorry, I can't help you. And that's actually been really good.
I think also that your energy then goes into the clients that you really want to work with, and you don't feel so torn and end up spreading yourself just too thin.
Yeah.
So for me, again, it's about, do we have common values? Do I really believe in what they do? Are our ethics and ethos of almost life
because it's too short, isn't it, to be working or feel uncomfortable for any reason in your working relationship as well as your home life.
But if you're doing your work and you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I know we can't always be completely in that situation of just picking who we work with, but if you're fortunate enough to be able to pick who you work with, then yeah, make sure it's the people you enjoy working with, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think also outsource the stuff that you're not actually good at. Give it to someone else to do, because the thing is that means you can do the stuff that you need to do yourself and enjoy. Like I've got a virtual PA to do stuff for me, and so like I can't stand the admin stuff, so it's like she does it. And just
And we appreciate that work, I tell you.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's so true. It's absolutely. Is there anything that Steve that you was add to have you done anything like that before?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we as Emma well knows, our business is very much geared around 4 or 5 product areas and cross-selling. We're pretty good at doing that, to be honest with you. Of knowing in our CRM systems, we know exactly which services our clients use us for, and which ones certainly for next year we will be making sure they're aware of the other things that we do.
Yeah.
And going back to your sort of 2019-2020 grid, you know, we've launched a couple of new sort of website maintenance packages, which we've really found that customers have struggled with understanding once they've got their website up and running, why they need to sort of keep it maintained. So surely because it's live, it's there and it's running, and it's not the case at all. So we've really struggled with trying to sort of come up with cost-effective sort of maintenance plans for people. But we went out to about 30 of our customers during lockdown, and we had a 70% uptake on basically incremental revenue, which we weren't getting before. Of which Emma was one of our guinea pigs actually on the service. So that this year has actually now allowed us to invest in the platform that takes away all the admin work for us in this. So it's been really interesting. We needed the money to come in to prove that the concept was going to work, and that's allowed us to invest in the platform that will manage it all for us. So
yeah, isn't there a lesson there for us all to be proactive and not assume that people know what we do?
Yep.
I did a really good challenge actually a couple of weeks ago. It's actually run by Jacqueline, and it was a couple of months ago now. It was called 1K in 1 week, and you had a daily challenge. Oh, my doorbell's ringing. Oh, I know who that is. That's COVID Man. I do that a test every month to do. Anyway, sorry. Just quickly, I did 1K 1 week. So you do a challenge every day, and each day you put something out there to your audience, and it's amazing what money's on the table. It really is. So yeah, that's really good. Anyway, I better go and stick a thing down my throat. So thank you for today.
Enjoy that, Emma. Happy Christmas.
Funny, just do it on the screen with you.
Definitely not. Right, I'm gonna go.
All right. See you.
Okay, take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.